In this video, I'm going to look at the origins of Arab nationalism as the inverse ideology. So it's the opponent of Jewish Zionism, and I want to make it important and clear right now that both Arab nationalism and Jewish Zionism came out of competition between each other. So without one, you can't really have the other. So that's where these two ideologies came from. So Jews and Arabs laid claim to the same territory is really what the problem here is. So they both wanted the same territory, wanted the same land. And this land was Palestine. And the thing about this is, because Palestine has religious significance to both the Arab religions and Judaism. So this is where we have the problem. And just like Zionism, Arab nationalism is the belief that the Arab people constitute a single community. So Arab nationalism is again similar to Jewish Zionism, so that Arabs should have their own nation. Have their own nation. And this nation, just like with Jewish Zionism, was going to be Palestine. And so again, this is being a political movement means the same thing. So we have the idea that the Arabs should constitute a single community and a single grouping, which within the confines of political Arab nationalism became a single nation. So like with Zionism, it started out as a small group. So small group of intellectuals. There we go. So a small group of intellectuals decided that this is the way forward. They should constitute their own. I'm just going to rewrite small again. So small. There we go. Small group of intellectuals, and the first Arab Nationalist Party was again a small and secret society formed in 1875. This is when we have the first Arab Nationalist Party. Arab Nationalist Party. Ooh. And just like with Jewish Zionism, Arab nationalism, it begins small plus secret. Okay, and really the core role of Arab nationalism is the theory of self-determination. So we're going to look at self-determination a little bit now. So self-determination is the belief that a single group of people, like-minded group of individuals or a community or a religion should have the ability to be self-sufficient. So self-determination is the idea of self-sufficiency. And we look a little bit more at self-sufficiency and self-determination in when we get to Woodrow Wilson's 14 points after the First World War. But for now, this is really just the core belief of Arab nationalism, and also the core belief of both of them, really. So we also have, I'm just going to say AN for Arab nationalism and then Zionism on the other side. So this is really the core belief of both of them, the idea of self-determination. And it's the first Arab Congress, like what we saw with Jewish Zionism. The first Arab Congress came in 1913. So this is a very interesting date. If we just in 19 did I say 1918? 1913, I'm sorry. So 1913. And this was in Paris. So this is not even anywhere near Palestine. This is a group of intellectuals within intellectual communities in Europe, specifically in Paris. And we also, the importance of 1913 is because of, we're talking what also happened in 1913. Well, as we saw in the last video, between 1904 and 1913, we have the second Jewish Aliyah. So, I can't spell. Jewish Aliyah. Okay? I can't spell that either. Okay, so the second Jewish Aliyah. So by 1913, we have a large immigration influx of Jews, which is a real indication as to why the first Arab Congress was in 1913. As we see, more and more Jews are going and living and settling in Palestine. That suggests that the Arab Nationalist movement, sees the Zionist political movement as a threat. But at the same time, this is only in Paris. This is not anywhere near Palestine. No actual fighting has been done so far. So with that, this is really where the sowing the seeds of war really began. We've got the two ideologies laid out. We've got the immigration of Jews into Palestine. And then we'll look at the impact of the First World War.